from Natoma, Kansas. Was born in the house that we live in now, and it's and my family is kind of scattered around the United States now, and we were farmers. You know, my grandpa came from Germany, homesteaded there, and my dad was born there, and our brothers and sisters all were born there. See, I was on the farm, and they wanted to keep some of the farmers on the, you know, but I didn't. All my friends, you know, went to service. I couldn't see that, so I just went to the draft board and told them I'd like to be on the next bus, you know, to Leavenworth. That's where we got our examination. I trained in the artillery, 155 howitzer, and I just, well, when we got through with basic, they sent me to a division, and I was still in the artillery, you know. So I was a gunner corporal on this artillery piece, and when we landed at Naples, the first night, we all took our sleeping bags, and we stayed at the Colosseum there in Italy. And you know, it doesn't have a roof, just the walls, you know, and stuff. And we didn't think that much of it. Now I think, you know, that's kind of a historic place. Oh, probably a week or two, I got in combat at just north of Rome, and stayed all the way till we got up to Yugoslavia, and then the war ended. Yeah, there's some days you didn't know if you'd see the sunset or not, or the sunrise, but it was, like I said before, you just kind of get used to it, you know, when you're in it a while. In our battery, there was only 3 guys from Kansas, and out of about 115 guys. What was bad, when we'd go in position, I hated to pull in a position where there was trees, because when them shells came in, they would, if they hit the trees, they'd go off, see? And if you was in the foxhole, it didn't even save you, see? I kind of hated to even be near a tree then, you know. Artillery piece was, the maximum range was 10.5 miles. But we had lobbed them maybe half a mile sometimes. You could, and there's a howitzer, you know, a rifle will go straight, but this howitzer, you can lob them right behind the hill. And, well, I suppose we was pretty close to infantry, you know, and we try to get far enough so you could reach a bridge, maybe, you know. And that's why we pulled up closer to them. The Italians had given up, and they kind of supposed to help us, but they'd done a poor job of helping us. We always had maybe have a harassing fire, they call it, every so often. One of the guns, there's 4 of those guns in the battery, and one of them they'd change off, and they'd send a shell out every so often, kind of keep them awake over there, I guess. Anyway, I could talk some German, so the guys would always ask me, you know, ask this, you know, some of them prisoners, you know, something. But my dad was in World War I, and you didn't, anybody that was a German really got abused here in the States, taking training. World War II was one of the wars that changed things in the world quite a bit. You know, some people, especially today, we got no business there, you know, and this and that. But we had business there in World War II, I'm sure. Like I said before, we would, the Germans would be running our country if we hadn't got in the war, because I don't think the other countries could have stood it, you know. We're a great country, you know, and I think it's worth fighting for, you know. I'm really satisfied in World War II that if we hadn't got in, it would have been not different. And then Japan would have really united with Germany, and they'd had the whole Europe and well, the whole world probably, you know. I don't know if you've heard of this honor flight for the World War II. I'm going to be on that in September. Yeah, I really feel like we belonged there at that time, you know.